Hey, Steve Stine from Guitarzoom here. Thanks so much for joining me. Today what I'd like to do is show you how to make some simple expansions to your minor pentatonic scale to create a whole host of different kinds of scales, from the standard modal diatonic scales to exotic scales. So if this video helps you, please do me a favor, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get going. Now there's a link in the description for you to download the PDF that I'll be using all of these examples for. So please make sure before you get started you grab that so you can use that as a reference. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start off by just looking at E minor pentatonic, and we're going to do that by going to the 7th fret of the 5th string right here, and we're just going to build the penta 5-note scale right there. Now, you can play that scale, of course, anywhere on the fretboard, but what's nice about starting on the 5th string is it gives you the 6th string to pluck and allow it to vibrate while you're practicing this. So let's say I did something like this. So I can hear what it sounds like as I'm playing this minor pentatonic. So let's do some logical expansions of this, and then we'll get into some different sorts of things. We're going to look at both major and minor, but let's start with minor here. So we've got our minor pentatonic. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to expand this into the minor blues, which means we're going to add one new note. That note right there, which we call the flatted 5. Again, don't worry about the terms right now. The most important thing is that you're listening to the sounds that these notes make over that root. So you can explore these, not just memorizing the shapes, but actually kind of thinking about how they sound as you play. So we've got minor pentatonic, we've got minor blues. Now what we're going to do is we're going to expand this into diatonic territory here. And the first one we're going to look at is the E natural minor, or E Aeolian, we refer to it as. So we're going to take that pentatonic that we played, and we're going to add in two new notes. We're going to add in this note right here, which sounds cool already. And then we're going to add in this note, which is the 6th. So we're adding in the 2 and the 6 into this scale. Okay. Now if we want to expand that and become another mode we call Dorian, what we're going to do is take that 6th degree and we're going to raise it up one. So we're going to play it like this. And instead of playing this note, we're going to play this note. Now for our example, I'm going to take that note and place it right there. So I have... and that would be Dorian. Okay, if we want to do Phrygian, we're going to go back to that E natural minor or Aeolian scale we were talking about. And we're going to take the 2nd note, we're going to flat that. We're going to go to what we call a minor 2nd. Now just listen to that right there. Okay, that sound is really the sound that Phrygian is defined by. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some different sort of exotic scales, and then we'll look at some major stuff as well. So the next step for us is to, you'll notice I'll keep referring back to certain scales. Namely, the ones we're trying to refer against would be the minor pentatonic, the natural minor or Aeolian, and how things change from there. And then we're also going to look at the major ones in just a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that natural minor or Aeolian scale. And we're going to expand this to play what we call harmonic minor. In order to do that, we're going to take the 7th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to raise that up one to get this sound. So now if I play those notes together, now, needless to say, we don't have time to talk about the history of all these and, you know, the use of everything, but these will be just nice things for you to try and explore a little bit in your playing or your writing or whatever, and maybe this will be a nice step-off point for you to study something else. Okay, so we've got minor pentatonic that we expanded into minor blues, and then we looked at the natural minor or Aeolian scale and how we expanded that to do Dorian and Phrygian, and now we've done harmonic minor. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some different scales. The next one we're going to look at is the Japanese scale. Now the Japanese scale is kind of fun to play. It's a little bit different. And again, it's not like you can use these scales everywhere, but they are fun to kind of explore the sounds of. So with the Japanese scale, we're going to play very similar to the Phrygian here, but we leave out the third degree. So we don't play this note over here. We're just playing the first degree, the minor second, and then the fourth. And then we're going to play the fifth and the minor sixth here. And then we're going to go right to the root. We're going to skip the seventh degree as well. Which is a pretty cool sounding scale as well. The next one we're going to look at is Phrygian dominant, which is a relative to the harmonic minor scale, and this one looks like this. Again, it's got that flatted 2 or minor second there. Now notice how when I play this, I'm playing 7, 8, and then I'm playing... Okay, right there I've got 6 and 7, and then 9 and 10. Okay. Which sounds super cool too. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is going to be the gypsy scale. Now again, this one's really kind of strange, but it sounds really great when you play it. So right now, what I want you to notice is the root is the 7th fret here, but I'm playing 6 and 8 around it, and then 6 and 7 of the next string. And then I'm going to move up here and play 9 and 10, and then right there is an octave of those notes. So the gypsy scale sounds super cool too. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move over and start talking about some major ideas. So the first thing we want to do is look at major pentatonic. So our minor pentatonic was here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to play major pentatonic, we're simply going to play this. And again, there's lots of ways you can do this. I'm just showing you one example. So I'm going to play 7, 9, 6, 9, 6, 9. Now, if I wanted blues, major blues, I'm going to add in this note. Okay, so you might change the way you're using your fingers on your fretboard or whatever, but that would be adding the blues note into the major pentatonic. So the next step we're going to do then is we're going to take this major pentatonic and we're going to expand it into the major scale, or Ionian we refer to it as, and that would look like this. And the major scale really is the pentatonic, but we've added in a 4th degree and a 7th degree. So we have this new note right here, and that note right there. So that would be the major. Now let's go ahead and take that major or Ionian and let's convert it into Lydian. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take those notes and we're we're going to raise the 4th degree to create what we call Lydian. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. Right? If we wanted Mixolydian, we're going to turn that back into a normal 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And we're going to take the 7th degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and instead of playing it here, we're going to move it back 1. And we get Mixolydian, E Mixolydian, which looks like this. So that's how you're going to play Mixolydian. So you see there's lots of different ways that you can take a simple idea like the minor pentatonic, and just by adding 1 or 2 notes in different places, you get all of these different unique sounds. Now, some of these scale, we'll call them expansions that we just did, are very logical things that you would use in certain chord progressions. Some of the more exotic ones you're not just going to be able to use over, you know, a Hootie and the Blowfish song or a Bob Dylan tune. You might have to search a little bit further. Oftentimes you find that exotic scales work really great when you're dealing with power chords, which is why they lend themselves very well to playing hard rock or, you know, metal or anything that's more power chord based. But again, the point of all of this isn't that we're going to, you know, dive into the theory of everything right now. That would take us longer than this video, than we've got time for today. But it certainly gives you an opportunity to listen to some of these and see if it might be something you could use in your soloing or your songwriting, or just listening to the color of them just to kind of experience your fretboard and your guitar in a different way. So take care, stay positive, keep practicing, and please, again, subscribe, like, share the video if it helped you at all. But make sure that you get that PDF in the description. That way this all can make more sense to you as you look at these things, and maybe watch the video again to get some different ideas of how they actually sound. So take care, talk to you soon. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you click the subscribe button so you're always notified when I have new videos. And if you need help choosing a guitar course that's perfect for you, make sure that you click the Help Me Choose link in the description.